So, in the case of science, I think that one of the things that make it very difficult is it takes a lot of imagination. It's very hard to imagine all the crazy things that things really are like.
Richard Feynman, a genius in the world of physics and Nobel Prize winner, has left off a four-step process to unlock the power of learning that has transformed forever the way we learn and understand the world. Feynman understands the difference between knowing something and know the name of something. Today I'm going to introduce you to the Feynman learning technique. Whether you are a student or a lifelong learner or just curious about mastering many skills, this will revolutionize the way you learn. You ready? Let's mull it over. Let's begin with his philosophy of learning. Feynman once said that the world is way more interesting than everyone else's disciplines. He believed that learning was not just about memorizing stuff, but is actually understanding the world in his essence. True learning happens when you can reuse what you have learned in different kind of situations, so it's more about getting knowledge a part of us. Feynman's technique is brilliantly simple yet incredibly effective and involves four steps, which are: pretend to teach what you are learning, identify gaps in your explanation, organize and simplify, and transmit your knowledge. But let's break it down this concept one by one. Step number one, pretend to teach. Imagine to explain the topic to a friend that know nothing about it or a 12 years old child. If you are not able to explain it in a clearly and simply terms, means that you didn't understand it truly. It's not about knowing something, it's about understanding it.
Nothing's really as it seems. We're used to get, hot and cold, and all that. Hot and cold is the speeds that the atoms are jiggling. If they jiggle more, it corresponds to hotter, and colder is jiggling less. So if you had a bunch of atoms, a cup of coffee or something sitting on a table, and the atoms are jiggling a great deal in the cup, and they bounce against the cup, and the cup then gets shaking, and the atoms in the cup shake, and they bounce against the saucer, and the heat heats the cup and heats everything else. Hot thing spreads its heat into other things by mere contact, because the atoms that are jiggling a lot in the hot thing shake the ones that are jiggling only a little bit in the cold thing, so that the hot heat, we say, goes into the cold thing, it spreads.
Step number two, identify gaps. Too often we want to seem smart rather than actually learn something. To avoid this mental mechanism, while you explain, just try to notice your areas of uncertainty. These gaps are golden opportunity to deep learning. The biggest missing opportunity when someone explains to us something is just not along, even if we're not understanding nothing about what they're talking about. Instead, just tell them, hey, I don't understand, explain me this concept as if I was 12. This will help you and them, and you will completely supercharge your learning power. So once you have noticed these gaps, just go back to the books, learning even deeply, and try to fill these gaps in order to improve. And it's in this stage where actually learn scientificate. Step 3. Organize and simplify. Take all your understanding about the concept and try to writing it down. Writing is an amazing technique because it gives you nowhere to hide. While you're writing, try to avoid the complicated terminology and jargon, because complicated terminology that completely limits your flexibility, it obligates you once that someone asks you a question to just repeat it. You need to reflect in order to learn, so take your time and your silent space in order to reflect on your thought and write down something that it flows naturally. Step number 4, transmit. Share what you have learned with someone that is unfamiliar about the topic. This will not just reinforce your learning, but it also open up you to new questions and new feedbacks that is gonna spark even further curiosity and understanding. My favorite piece of insight that I've learned from Feynman is definitely learning is about growth, not just about appearing smart. The Feynman's technique reminds you to be humble, embrace the uncertainty and the gaps of your knowledge, and to just always seeking for understanding rather than mere facts to just vomit it on the pub with your friends. It's a journey of curiosity and intelligence. Let me know what you think about this technique. I hope this video was useful for you. Let me know in the comments, subscribe, don't forget to click like, and see you in the next video. Thank you so much for your attention.